Welcome to step 6, and today we're looking at the cost of delays in selling any property, including scruffy properties, nice properties, any sort of residential or commercial property. Most people, when they start going through the sales process, have no indication or inclination of just what a delay in the process can cost them, and today we're going to make that easy for you to calculate, and you'll soon see how it soon stacks up. So let's just do a quick recap. We're looking at this property in Liverpool. We gave it a value of £130,000. We put some details in step 1. We said how many bedrooms, reception rooms and so on. Put some photographs on. We got it on Google Maps. In step 2 we looked at its rental potential. In step 3 we looked at the price history. In step 4 we calculated the repairs required. In step 5 we looked at the fixed sales costs and the difference in different methods and what they're likely to cost you. And now we come to the big one that you need to be aware of, and that is the cost of delays. So at the moment we know that it's a mid-terrace property worth £130,000. Now as soon as the property is potentially sold to anyone, the information is sent to solicitors of both parties, and the first thing that they'll need to do is to add at least around about 28 days for the conveyancing time. That's conveyancing means the legal process in transferring ownership. Now why 28 days? I don't know, it just seems to be the industry norm, but the main thing I think behind it is the delay in what are known as local searches. So that's where the buyer's solicitor will ask the local council and the coal board and the water company and the environmental company if it's in a flooding area, whether there's a coal mine underneath the building and so on. And this takes time, and it's just a safety feature. Now you can short circuit that time and reduce it, but the only way normally to do that is to buy indemnity insurance against anything going wrong. But that's your choice, but on most occasions we look for 28 days. So the next thing it's going to take you to, supposing you wanted to sell your property through an auction. Okay, so the first thing that the computer knows, we have a diary built into our computer. So for this year we know that the next auction in our area, which is Merseyside, the auction is Sutton Kirsch, and it is 69 days away from the auction to get it completed by the 24th of April, and today is the 14th of January 2018. So if you need to confirm that, you just click on this button and it gives you the dates. So it says here that the next auction will be on the 2nd of March, providing today's date is less than the 15th of February. So that is the next auction, so we wouldn't miss the cut-off date. Sorry, no, I've got that the wrong way around, haven't I? So the next auction is the 28th of March or the 15th of February. So it's the 15th of February, but we've missed the closing date. So the next auction is the 28th of March because we've still not hit the closing date. So 28th of March it is. So it's said that including the legals or the conveyance, it's 69 days away. Next, scruffy properties. If we've not actually got someone interested in your property and made an offer and we've signed paperwork by 7 days, then we probably tell you to look at other routes as well, because there must be something wrong either with the price, or we can't get a buyer, or there's something wrong that we aren't aware of right at this moment in time. You can either be forthcoming with that at the beginning, or sooner or later we're going to find out. So we have a turnaround normally of 7 days. If you add the 28 days for the conveyancing time, you'd be looking at selling or completing on your property by the 21st of March. With an estate agent, the first thing most people do when they go to an estate agent is say, how long do you think it'll take for you to sell my property? And the estate agent tells you this and he tells you that, or she tells you this and she tells you that. But the way to find out is to click this button and it will tell you here on this website, because every estate agent in the land feeds into this database. So it's saying on here for a property between 100,000 200,000, it's 92 days. Let's now just narrow it down to a 4-bedroom property, which is what we're looking at. It's 224 days. Wow. Okay. And for a terraced, it's 114 days. So on average, it's 224 days for a 4-bedroom property in that postcode. Wow, that's quite a lot, isn't it? So we'll put in here 224, and then with Purple Bricks. Now Purple Bricks use local estate agents, so they're feeding into the same data. They're no different, but just to check, let's see what Purple Bricks say. So we click on, we'll give it some conveyance time. We'll click on this button, we'll go to their website, and it says how long to sell your house, and it says how long to sell your house. Oh, now this was done in 2014, that was 4 years ago. So let's just see what it says. Northwest, 8 weeks, and you might need to cut the price by, call it 5%. Okay, now I have to, it's saying here that the source was Home Track, June 2014. Well, this is home.co.uk, and they're saying differently. So I'd rather go with this live data version than a 4-year-old article, because things in the property market move so quickly. I certainly wouldn't rely on that. Okay, so with Purple Bricks, I put in the same, because you're just using estate agents just like before. The difference being is that they have a different commission structure, and that's that. So now on the previous section, in section 5, we calculated the actual fixed costs before the delay costs. Okay, and we're going to combine the two. So we're going to combine those. Now the first thing we need to do now is look at what it's going to cost you each month or each day for any delay. So the first thing we want to do is to look up your council tax. So we'll look up your council tax, clicking on this button, and it says 12 St John's Ave has a council tax of 1363 per year. So we put in 1363 per year, and we tick that button, that box, and it says it's £113.58p a month. Now if that property was currently vacant, I believe from April 2018 that the council now can charge you double the council tax on empty properties. They're clamping down on empty properties. So if this property was empty, you double that council tax figure. Next thing, are there any finance payments that are being made on the property at the moment? So let's say that they are, and it's say £250 a month. Is there any electricity? Now if the property's occupied, I can guarantee it's going to be more than £10 a month. So in which case I would hazard a guess that it's going to be somewhere in the region of 80. And with gas, we'll give it perhaps a similar figure. Now obviously I'm putting these figures in just as a demonstration. You will know what your own bills are, and I don't. Water, it's going to be more or less the same as that. If you're on a water meter, it may vary quite differently to that. The house should always be insured, so we'll tick that box. Does the house currently have broadband on it? Yep, so we'll click on that. And do you also have like a TV package like Sky, Virgin, BT and so on? If so, you click on that. It'll need a TV license. Now window cleaner and gardener. If you were selling that property and someone like I don't know, a professional footballer wanted to buy it as an investment, they're not going to come around and clean your windows. So we would tick that box and say we're going to make it keep it looking nice, and we'll include that cost in there. And same with gardens. If you've got gardens, now in this house it doesn't really have gardens, so I'm going to leave that box. But if the house had gardens, you click it and put in whatever the gardener's fee was for coming around each month and doing it. And when we go back to the chart here, you can see with those delays just what it's going to cost. So if I click that, we'll hide that list that we're just messing with, just to keep it simple. And we now have a total of, if you use purple bricks, 7,110 including your fixed sales costs, with an estate agent 9,213, with us £874, and with Sutton Kirsch, who are an auctioneers, of 5,715. Do you see how it's vital that you look at the cost of delays? Now say you were going to an auction and it didn't sell on the first auction. Now you've got a problem, because you're going to have to go through both the fixed costs again of the auction, such as the catalogue listing fee. You won't pay the commission obviously because it's not sold, but as well as that, you've now got further delays, so it just gets worse and worse. That's why you need to be careful on who you choose to actually sell your property. Anyway, that's that for step 6. The next one is step 7, where we're going to compare your property to the best one in your street or the street next to it, and that's quite fascinating. So we'll see you on the next video.